So today I want to talk a little bit about Oracle, which I think at its current price is an amazing investment opportunity for both the short term and the long term. And if you're not sure what Oracle does, they basically provide databases and then most recently cloud infrastructure for all these AI companies that are trying to use their AI and find a platform to use it on, which is where Oracle comes in. And if you look at kind of the chart, it has been a very beaten down stock as of recently. It hit highs of around 330. And this huge jump was after they signed a deal with OpenAI to have OpenAI use Oracle's cloud infrastructure, and that's a huge news. It also would have very positive revenue gains for Oracle, so the stock jumped a lot. But ever since then, it was kind of fading back down due to overall market fears about if AI is maybe overvalued. And at the front of that was Oracle, because with the forward price earnings of around 30 to 35, and maybe people thought that it was a little overvalued at the 330 levels when the priced earnings for forward was around 50. So now we're sitting around the 30 to 35 priced earnings ratio for the next year, which isn't too bad, which is why you see it kind of rebounded a little bit. But the main reason I'm making this video now is because they do announce earnings on Wednesday, which I think it will present itself as a great opportunity to get in for both the short term and the long term. I think getting in before those earnings will be very beneficial, because I don't think this company is really going anywhere. And you kind of look at all the other AI companies; a lot of them have rebounded already to their previous highs. But like Google, for example, has really pushed past highs on AI, on investors loving their AI potential. But certain companies like Oracle, Microsoft, Nvidia are all kind of sunk below the highs, and I think Oracle especially can really prove to be a timely investment. But I think also the other ones could also be great. So really the reason that I do love Oracle before their earnings is that they're really just, their revenues and their net income are just really in a solid spot. And I think they really don't get enough love for the growth that they're going to end up seeing after all these AI deals. So if you look at their revenue, the revenues are consistently growing year over year. You look at this growth here, and that's really, really solid. And it's going to continue to grow, especially with those mega deals they're going to end up signing with. They already signed with OpenAI, and they're probably going to sign them with other large companies. And their net income is in a really solid place. They don't have much debt. They are very well financed, so there's no issues relating to maybe their AI hopes. You hear talks about an AI bubble. That would only really apply if the companies are based 100% their valuation on just hopes of, oh, this will eventually pan out. Oracle's already panned out, and it's a very well-known company, and it's been in business for years. It just hasn't just developed because of the AI stuff. It's just that the AI stuff has helped them a lot, and it will continue to help them. So I think that really is going to be reflected in its earnings report. So there's not really much else needed. It's just a very, very sound company. And I think just the idea of them growing with the AI growth that we're going to end up seeing over the next few years, whether you like it or not, we're going to end up seeing more AI growth. I think that Oracle could be a very, very solid investment. And really the main reason that I did like this before earnings is that, you have this drop and you haven't really seen any major rebounds. You've seen maybe a tiny rebound from 215 to 230 or 225, but then it kept dropping. And if it kept dropping all the way down to around 180 or something into earnings, I would definitely probably stay away from that, because that's a lot of selling pressure before the earnings. And I really wouldn't love the chances of a huge rebound on their earnings, even if they're solid earnings. But this little rebound here that we saw from 197 to 218, where we're at now, that's about more than 10% increase. I really do like that going into earnings on Wednesday. It shows that investors are maybe a little confident the company bounced back, and from here we already have this upward trend, and I really do like the odds of us going back up to 280, which is kind of this support level here, which would be a 23% increase, which I'm not sure if we get exactly on earnings date, but in the days after it definitely could reach up to that, and eventually reaching those highs again, because really nothing has changed with Oracle and the company since reaching those 330 highs. It's just a little bit of scaries from investors about maybe it's a little too overvalued. I really disagree with that, and I think that at a forward price earnings of 30 to 35, and they're probably going to announce guidance to be even higher, this is not an overvalued company. It's just a very, very solid long-term play, in my opinion. So let me know what you think in the comments. This is one that I'll be watching and watching heavily, and just really interested to see what the market does, because if this drops after earnings all the way down to like 180 or 150, that would be even a better buying opportunity, unless anything changes. So I'll be watching this one. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you think it's a solid pick before earnings, maybe for staying away or buying into it. And if you like the videos, I would really appreciate if you subscribe. And yeah, see you next week.